You're listening to the Outer Banks This Week podcast, a place for people to hear what's going on up and down the beach and to get the truth about what really goes on around the Outer Banks. So, are you ready? Here we go.
All right. Thank you so much, Wes. Outer Banks This Week podcast, episode number 79. Holy smokes, 79 episodes, all brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manteo. If it has doors, it can be yours online at kellysobxauto.com. He's got cars, he's got sheds, he's got SUVs, he's got trucks, vans, you name it, Kelly's got it. And if he don't got it, or he doesn't have it, sorry, Mom, he can go find it for you. Visit him online at kellysobxauto.com. Here we are. Kids have gone back to school, and let me back up from last week, okay? Last week, I made the comment, kids go back to school, you little jerks. And, well, I heard about it. Somebody's like, you called my kid a jerk. No, it's just trying to be funny. I don't think your kids are little jerks, okay? Mine can be little jerks.
What?
As you can tell, you heard my son Austin in the background just then. Austin has finished his first day of school. Austin, thank you for joining me for a few moments.
You're welcome.
Are you eating some peanuts over there? Mm-hmm. You got in my secret stash, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Tell me about your first day of school.
It was good.
Okay. Now let's start from the beginning. What time did you wake up this morning?
6:10, but actually I got up before my alarm went off. It was 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock when you got up. You went and got on the couch. Did your mother get up with you?
Mom got up around like 6:30.
Oh, she got up around 6:30. Okay, now the truth comes out.
And then cooked me like some breakfast.
She cooked you some breakfast. Very nice. Well, then we got ready for school. We went out the door, got to your class. Who's your teacher?
Miss Barry.
Miss Barry. What grade are you in?
4th.
Where do you go to school again?
Manteo Elementary School.
Manteo Elementary. What do you think about Miss Barry?
She's really nice.
She's really nice. Miss Barry is very nice. We like Miss Barry in our house. Miss Barry played sports with your mother.
Mm-hmm. That's how we basically got her.
That's it. Okay. So who do you sit beside in class?
JB.
You like JB? Mm-hmm. JB Borland. He's actually been on the podcast before when I did the Meet Me in Manteo podcast.
He lives he actually doesn't live far away from here. He lives like close to the Lost Colony.
Lost Colony Tavern. He lives close to the not the play.
Not the.
Okay. So what all did you do today? Can you tell me a little bit about your day?
So let's see.
Did you get to know the class rules?
Mm-hmm. And
did you get your name on the board?
No.
Did you talk out of turn?
No.
No? Okay. Did you play on the playground?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Did you do any social studies?
No, not today. We were just making everything to get correct. So for tomorrow, we'll have it ready.
Okay.
So we can actually start doing that.
I got you. Okay, cool deal. Now I noticed you had homework. You did your homework already here in my office, which I'm very happy about.
I did Monday and Tuesday for math, and then I just did my whole entire reading passage.
I got you. Now we just got to work on your reading fluency. We got to time your reading.
So, and it's gonna be. So, like, every time, like, when I do it, like, for the first time, I have to beat it the second time.
Yes.
And for the second time, I have to beat it the third time.
Yes.
But Miss Barry said, if you don't beat it, it's fine.
Okay. It just wants you to make sure you can read it and comprehend it.
Whatever comprehend means.
That means you understand what you're reading. You're comprehending it. You're understanding it. So you, all in all, if you had to, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you had to rate your first day of school, how was it? 1 being horrible, 10 being the greatest ever.
9.5.
9.5. Okay, so not quite the greatest ever.
I can't give it 10 because if I would give it 10, then it would be the best school year ever. But if I would never mind.
Okay, that's fine.
I don't know what I was gonna do.
Okay, that's okay, Austin. You're 9 years old, almost 10 in about a month. You'll be 10 in exactly a month from today. Today being August the 26th of recording this part of the podcast.
I think I'm the oldest in my class.
Well, no, Reeland's older than you are.
Then I'm the second oldest.
There you go. All right, Austin, thank you for sharing your first day of school with me. I greatly appreciate it.
I want to still be on though.
No, you're not on anymore. Yeah, I know. I got to go on without you. I'm turning your mic off and now. All right. Okay. Take your tablet and go in the other room. Okay. Thank you. Beautiful weather we've been having here lately. It's warmer, a little bit warmer this week than it was last week. Last week we had what Sam Walker was referring to as a false fall, and I can't disagree simply because Austin, stop twerking and go in there. Grab your tablet and go. Thank you. He referred to it as a false fall because it was, we had temperatures in the mid 70s every day, and the lows were in the low to mid 60s in most places. It was very pleasant, very nice weather, but it is a little bit warmer this week, and we'll see what happens. It's rather quiet on the tropical front as of right now, but we haven't reached the peak of hurricane season yet. The peak is like September 12th or the 13th, I believe, of hurricane season. So we have not quite reached that peak of hurricane season. No telling what can happen. I've seen crazy storms pop up around here in October, so just know that even though we go hit the peak of hurricane season and start going back down, it still can be active out there in the ocean. Like I said, I haven't noticed anything or heard of any discussings or rumblings of any storms out there lately or right now, so that's a good thing. Very happy about that. Labor Day weekend's coming up. Lots of fun activities that I'm going to discuss coming up in a little bit about Labor Day weekend. But one thing I'm super excited about is being at the Outer Banks Sports Club with Manny and a few others from the sports club to talk about all that they have, what it was before it was a sports club. I remember all the fun things that go on at the sports club and some testimonials from a few folks that are members that have achieved great things as being members of the sports club. So really looking forward to being with them. I can't think of any news. Again, we're not a news podcast. I can't think of anything that's just jumping out at me right now. But for all local news, you're going to want to go to samwalkerobxnews.com. As I've always said, Sam Walker, if you have any questions, Sam Walker is the answer. Yes, samwalkerobxnews.com. I want to thank Chef Wes Stepp for allowing me to join him at NC Coast last week and talking about Red Sky Cafe and NC Coast. That was a fun time. What a fun guy. Hearing his story about how he got to the Outer Banks and just how long he's been chefing it up here and all the different things he's done in his culinary career. Fantastic. And I want to shout out his podcast. He has a podcast called Outer Banks Raw. It's the Outer Banks Raw podcast, RAW. Go search it up, listen to it. He's on all your major podcast platforms, and just enjoy what he talks about. He talks about cooking and the different things here on the Outer Banks. Outer Banks Raw podcast, Chef Wes Stepp. Go like, subscribe, give him the 5 stars, all that fun stuff. Okay, do the same thing for me. Like, subscribe, give me the 5 stars. Leave me a nice review if you don't mind. I feel like I don't have many of those. Please do. Please do. Oh, Captain Marty. I'm getting ready to gear up a new adventure with him. He and I and the bigwigs here at Outer Banks this week are going to sit down in the very near future and go over what we're got planned coming up for him. So that's something that we're going to be doing in the next week or so. Sit down, plan some things, get some stuff squared away, and then launch into a new adventure with Captain Marty. But for right now, his fishing guides are out, and his fishing reports are up online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Just find the Captain Marty tab, click on that, listen to his fishing reports. I post them on Facebook for him. I post them on the Outer Banks or the OBX fishing page for him, so you can listen to his fishing reports. And I'll tell you, they're very thorough, they're very detailed, and it's not just... He tells the fishing report and what's being caught, but he also gives you some tips and some tricks on how to catch certain things. And he talks about things that are in season, like shrimp season, shrimping. People are shrimping right now, where you can get fresh local shrimp, how to keep fresh local shrimp, okay? Sometimes he'll go on about the apple butter that he made the other day, okay? That's just Captain Marty, though. That's why we love him. And you can listen to all of his stuff, all of his fishing reports, and some of his stories online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Going to take a quick break. We're going to jump into some shout outs here in just a few moments. But first, some words from our sponsors, Fresh Catch OBX and Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen.
Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen is the new restaurant at the world-renowned Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Chef and owner Mac Boobin, alongside his father Jeff, a James Beard Award winner, had a vision of blending a traditional fish shack with modern culinary influences in a casual setting. With a menu that features the bounty of local watermen, Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen offers hand-selected fresh seafood and more. Enjoy dockside dining on their deck, watching the boats as they come and go with their daily catches, or book an event in the private upstairs room or in your own home. Visit them online at seachefouterbanks.com. Sea Chef Dockside Kitchen, the newest addition to the Oregon Inlet Fishing Center.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
Yeah, sweet little LB Daniels of Fresh Catch OBX, Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. Her daddy, Boo Daniels, one of the fishermen that brings the fish to the docks, and it's fresh, guaranteed. If it's at Fresh Catch, it came out. They don't pull stuff unless it comes out of the waters here. That's the thing. If their seafood market, nope. If it don't come out of the waters here, it ain't being sold there. It's right there in Wanchese at freshcatchobx.com. We're going to jump into some shout outs real quick. And again, if you're a listener of the podcast, email me. Let me know. I would love to shout out to you. Some of you do, and I appreciate it. But send me another email, please. Let me know you're listening. Podcast at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Let me shout out first to all of the teachers, the administrators, the kids, the faculty members, anyone in school that just started school. Shout out to you all for being there for the kids. Board of Education members, our superintendent. Yeah, you guys are rock stars. Thank you for all you do for the kids of Dare County. We greatly appreciate it. So I want to shout out to them first. Now I want to shout out to Bull Tolson and the crew of the Sea Toy for winning the Virginia Beach tournament out of Rudy Inlet. Yeah, they came home with almost $500,000. But Bull Tolson, as Captain Marty has said on more than one occasion, is one of his top 5 skilled fishermen. Okay, he said there's skilled fishermen and then there's learned fishermen. He said Bull Tolson is in the top 5 of his skilled fishermen that he's ever known, most skilled fishermen he's ever known. And Bull and the crew from the Sea Toy, they won that Virginia Beach tournament, bringing home, like I said, it was like $478,000 or something. I can't remember the number. I saw the check, that big check that they give you. But good job to them. Ross Tolson, his son, I believe Catlin Peel. I think that they were, anyway, great family, great people on the Sea Toys. So congratulations to them. Also want to shout out to my friend Eric Fector. He has his son, Zach, the Full Effect Factor that I coached in baseball. Great little baseball player. But Eric told me, just kind of in passing the other day, we were at the baseball field over the weekend, and he was like, hey, man, still listen to the podcast. Can't wait for it to come out every week. And that was just in passing. He wasn't saying it because he wanted a shout out, but I heard that and I wanted to give him a shout out. So Eric, thank you for listening to the podcast. Oh, my brother, Dirty Dirt. You know, the guy that they talk about, best bartender on the beach at Lost Colony Waterfront Beer Garden. Yeah, Dirt. Yeah, he has a birthday coming up Saturday the 31st. I want to say happy birthday to my brother. I love you very much. I used to be referred to I'm oftentimes referred to, let me say it that way. I'm oftentimes referred to as Dirt's brother. 10, 15 years ago, I didn't quite know how I felt about it. Now it's like a term of endearment. So I want a shirt that says Dirt's brother on it. If somebody wants to make me one, I'd love it. It says Dirt's brother on it. Because I'll walk into his business, his bar, and people look at me, they're like, Dirt's brother. I'm like, yeah, that's me. But his birthday, he'll be 41 this weekend, and I want to say happy birthday to him. Love you very much. Don't know life without you, bro. Honestly, he's my older brother, so I really don't know life without him. And I hope it's a great day for him. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we're going to jump into the sports club here in just a few moments and see what's crack-a-lacking over there. Of course, recording one part of the podcast now, the other part at the sports club. So it's kind of a two-part series or two-part episode here, I guess. So we're going to go and we're going to talk to Manny and all of them over at the sports club in just a few moments. We're also going to get a live spot from your boy Matty P, because Matty P's got a testimony about the sports club. You may have heard him shout out the sports club at one of his After Dark segments because he would go there after dark and work out sometimes. So he did that. But he's going to give us his birthday edition of the OBX After Dark segment here in just a little bit. But first, a word from OBX Boat Company, High Seas Pools and Spas, and the Miss Oregon Inlet 2.
Ahoy there, folks. Captain Edward Lee here, and I want to invite you aboard the Miss Oregon Inlet 2. She's a modern 60-foot head boat outfitted with the latest top-quality safety and fishing equipment. We make 3 trips per day out of the world-famous Oregon Inlet Fishing Center. Visit MissOregonInlet.com or call us today at 252-251-4314. So ditch the beach for a bit and set sail with the Miss Oregon Inlet 2.
At High Seas Pools and Spas, we believe dirty water sucks. We are a licensed and insured certified pool and spa maintenance and repair company servicing Ductomania. We offer seasonal and year-round pool and spa services with a special focus on flex rentals like Airbnb and VRBO. Need a new hot tub? We can do that too. Visit us online at highseasobx.com for more information. High Seas Pools and Spas, because dirty water sucks. The desire for being on the water is what draws people to the Outer Banks. OBX Boat Company in Kill Devil Hills shares that desire with you. The only full-service, Yamaha authorized dealer on the beach, OBX Boat Company is committed to providing you the best possible boat ownership experience. Their carefully selected brands of center consoles and family-friendly pontoon boats are all powered by ultra-reliable Yamaha motors. They offer excellent financing options as well. To learn more and see their inventory, visit obxboatco.com.
All right, as I said earlier, I was coming over to the Outer Banks Sports Club, and here I am right here in Nags Head. And I'm sitting across from me is a fine-looking gentleman. He's the president, CEO, chairman, whatever you want to call it, owner, operator of the Outer Banks Sports Club, Mr. Manny. Mr. Manny, how are you today, sir?
I'm doing wonderful, Justin. Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Yes, sir. Now, like I was thinking about it when I first walked in the door, I was like, man, I remember growing up and going to see movies. I think this was a movie theater, and the last movie I believe I saw in this building was American Wedding, part of the American Pie series.
Yes, sir.
With a friend of mine before I left for the Army. And then I come back from the Army, having been gone for a little while, and voila, it's a gym. How did you turn this place into a gym? Let's talk about some of that real quick.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, the fiberglass from the ticket booth is actually still in the wall behind the sheetrock. Right
Is it really?
Yes, it is. It's still there. So I went to school in Brooklyn, New York, Justin, and I used to work out at a gym called Powerhouse in Brooklyn, which used to be a movie theater. So when my family bought this building, I saw an opportunity on the Outer Banks. Back then, there was just 1 or 2 small gyms. I was always into fitness. I was always into sports. And I begged my dad. I didn't ask him. I begged my dad for the opportunity. I said, Dad, listen, let me turn this into a gym. I already know how to set it up, the whole 9 yards, and I'll figure out the rest. And here we are, 16 years later, it's still running. It's exciting. I've become very, very passionate about it. I spend a big part of my day here, almost every day. And I love it, man. I love it. I met some really, really cool people here over the years, made some great friendships, and I'm excited about it.
Okay. All right. Well, I love that. That's a good story to tell, kind of getting everything situated here. You worked out at an old movie theater pretty much, and up in Brooklyn. So you walk in the door, and let me tell you something. I walked in, and everybody was, smiling, happy, greeted you at the door, said hello, and then you got a little bit of an apparel area here with some different clothes and different things. We'll come back to that. But you walk into the gym, and you see just a sea, if I may say, of fitness equipment that you can use here. Now, do you oftentimes have people come up and call you up and say, hey, Manny, do you offer any classes? Does that happen often?
It used to happen quite often.
Okay.
I think by now they figured out that we don't offer any classes. We put an end to that pretty much soon after COVID.
Okay.
It just wasn't worth it. I use my aerobics room now as like a circuit class. I have cardio equipment in there, regular gym equipment in there, jump ropes, mats to do your abs.
Saw some kettlebells in there.
Yeah, everything. So it's just utilized much more since I gave up my classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now you have a mixture. You have a good combination out there of free weights and machines. Now, what types of machines do you have out there?
I would say 90% of it is Hammer Strength, Life
Okay.
Fitness, which is, in my opinion, from traveling to different gyms around the country. I've looked for other brands, Justin. I really have. Nothing stands up to Hammer Strength Life Fitness. Nothing.
Okay.
The quality of it, it's long lasting. Like I said, I've been here for 16 years. I don't think I had to replace one piece of equipment. Fix it here and there, yes, obviously. But
Regular wear and tear.
Yeah, but replace it, none whatsoever. I mean, it's just
Cool.
amazing, heavy duty.
So you've got some. I saw you got some mirrors on the wall for people to check themselves, make sure their form is right and everything like that. But there's also a huge mural on the wall, and it is a gentleman with his arms outstretched. And it's not Jesus hanging on the cross or anything. It's a gentleman whom we all know in the fitness world. His name is Arnold. Now, how did you get? That's a beautiful painting.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful painting. What inspired? I mean, was it just something you felt like you needed to throw on the wall up there? Talk to me about that real quick.
Yeah, absolutely. I was actually on vacation one day. I don't know, just laying there in bed. I remember, and I'm always thinking about the sports club and what I can do to make it better. And you could ask any member of that. I Googled Arnold Schwarzenegger muscles.
Okay.
And that one image you see on the wall was the first one that popped up. And I knew exactly where I would want it painted. As I'm on vacation, I Googled the muralist. I found this guy named Sam Welty out of Virginia Beach. Super talented guy. And I scheduled an appointment with him as soon as I got back. And that next weekend, he ended up doing 4 murals for me in one weekend, from Friday till Sunday night.
Oh, okay.
Which is the Arnold one,
Uh-huh.
the OBSC one, the Arnold, and the Arnold/Rocky Balboa on the
Right.
outside,
Uh-huh.
and also the lady over here with the flexing
Yes.
over the aerobics room.
Very nice.
Yes.
Now let's talk about the aerobics. You've got a lot of machine weights, a lot of lifting weights, but you also have an upstairs area that has your treadmills, has some ellipticals and things like that. So
Stairmasters.
you do have those types of things that people are like, gosh, I would really like to go to the sports club, but I'm not trying to get big. I'm not trying to lift, but you also have other things for people that are just trying to stay fit and to get toned. Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely. I think if I'm correct, I think I have about 19 treadmills upstairs, probably about 6 ellipticals, 4 Stairmasters, a couple of bikes. And I actually have a posing room upstairs next to the boxing section where you will see all over our social media almost every evening, teenagers especially, after their lift will go up there in front of the 2 mirrors, take their shirts off, and just start flexing away so they could pose and show off their results on social media, which is really funny.
I follow you all. I have a Facebook page.
Yeah.
And every day I will look to see what's been going on at the sports club. I follow everything over here. And every day I see somebody flexing, showing their backside, hey, look at my toned tail today, sort of, or whatever, like.
And that was very inadvertent, actually. It wasn't planned. I just threw a mirror on the wall, and people started flexing up there. And then I think it was Sonny Macarenas. He was like, man, you should do a mirror across from the mirror so people could flex their backs.
Okay.
So I listened to Sonny, and boom, I added another mirror up there, and it's working.
Let's talk about Sonny real quick. And let's talk about not just Sonny, but you have some staff here that are personal trainers,
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you've got Sonny Macarenas, whom I've known since I was in high school.
Correct.
Okay, he was older than I, but we knew who each other was. He was a wrestler, too. He was really good at wrestling.
Me too, Justin. I actually, Sonny actually always tells a story that I don't in particularly remember, but I think it's unique. I could see myself saying this, what I'm about to tell you, but I used to work out with Sonny at a small gym called Hammerheads in the 90s when we were in high school, because Sonny and I are about the same age. And so I met him back then, and he started telling people recently, he goes, when I met Manny in the 90s, he always used to say to me, one day I'm going to open up a nice gym in the Outer Banks. And I don't remember saying it, to be honest, But I believe him because I did it.
Yeah, look at
you know?
yeah,
I
here
did
we
it.
are.
But I don't remember saying it, but I did it. So it's pretty cool.
So you've got Sonny.
Yeah.
Who else do you have that
I
you
have,
can? If somebody needed some extra assistance or looking for some advice.
I have a female trainer who works here a little bit here and there because she has a kid, so she's kind of super busy. But her name is Alicia.
Okay.
She is amazing. She's super talented. She just recently competed in her first pro competition, and she placed third. And she comes in here with a bunch of the girls within the gym who are competing, and she teaches them how to pose in the aerobics room.
Oh, okay.
On the side, she shows them how to strut, for the shows, and that's pretty cool. She's a super talented girl.
Excellent.
Yes.
Excellent. I heard a guy named Nick. Is that
Nick
No?
is just a great guy. Been a member here for many, many years.
Okay.
But he's a competitor here. He's just a
Oh,
competitor.
okay.
He goes to Sunny for advice.
Oh, okay. All right.
a lot
I'm
of
sorry.
them.
I'd heard the name Nick, and I was like, I feel like that might be somebody that works here as well. So, all right.
Great guy, great friend of mine.
Excellent. Excellent. Now, you also have full locker room capabilities. You've got a sauna.
Correct.
You've got showers.
Correct.
So if anybody was like, hey, you know what? Like, I want to try to get a good pump in today. I've only got about a half an hour. Then I've got this meeting thing I got to be at in Kitty Hawk or in Manio or
Yeah.
wherever.
Yeah.
They could come in, get their pump in, get a shower, change their clothes, out the door.
Absolutely. Actually, that was my plan for this morning. I was supposed to have a personal training sessions with Sunny at 9 a.m. and then speak to you at 11. So I packed clothes, but then Sunny remembered he had a dentist appointment, so that didn't work out. So I didn't work out yet, so I just came prepared. But yeah, it's an amazing thing, and I'll tell you what, the men definitely use the sauna more than the women.
Okay.
If it ever goes out of order, I don't hear the end of it. But I will say that if anything ever goes out of order here or breaks from the wear and tear, including the upholstery, I'm on top of it.
Right.
And I don't like seeing things here out of order. And if I have the parts, it's replaced literally within 1 or 2 hours.
Gotcha. Okay, so you're definitely a hands-on owner. You're definitely an individual. So if you see it or somebody brings it to your attention, you're on it. Your staff's on it. Somebody's taking care of it, and it's going to be fixed. I mean,
Absolutely.
there's no doubt you have. As the phone rings, you have a beautiful, beautiful facility here. You have state-of-the-art equipment. I mean, let's talk about some of these clothes. You've got some apparel in here as well. Now, you were telling me about a company that you've partnered with in California. Is that right?
Yeah. They're called Young LA. I had just come back from Miami in May, and I was wearing a shirt, and I got a compliment on the shirt from one of the teenagers here. And I was like, you know what? It just kind of hit me. I said, let me contact them and see if I could partner up with them and sell their merchandise here. Never thought about it before. Never reached out to any company before. So I reached out to them and a handful of other companies. And Young LA and Gym Reapers went on my website, saw the gym, and they were like, done deal.
Done deal.
Let's do it. And so they've been sending me merchandise here. And at a discount, so I could kind of profit from it a little bit.
Of course.
And it's been going amazing because I do have my own logo here with my Gorilla clothing that I sell. And I was worried that it's going to affect it. But you know what? My Gorilla definitely outsells Young LA. But it's nice to offer both.
Yeah.
It's nice to offer both.
Yeah, you definitely all-encompassing. You definitely have a nice selection. I mean, I can see right out the door here in their office, I can see all the different clothes and the hats. And you also have... I see the MRE brand over there in the cooler of like ready, shaked up, ready. You just shake it up and pop the top on it. MRE proteins and stuff, and you also have kind of looks to be like a protein bar or something going on there. Like you got your guy I was talking to a little bit ago.
Liam.
He's Leah. Yeah, he almost is like he's a protein and nutrition guru when it comes to some of these supplements, and he also, I mean. Now, can you mix drinks like right here, right there? Do you have that capability, or is that not mixed drinks, but you get what I'm saying?
We used to prior to COVID, that used to be a legit protein bar.
Okay.
To make drinks. But everything went up in prices
Right.
during COVID.
Yes.
And I think I knew my clientele here. I didn't want to sell smoothies. I didn't think they would sell for $12 when they were selling for $7.
Right, of course.
So I decided to just kind of take a break from making smoothies and just go with the ready drinks with like MRE that you mentioned, Lean Bodies, and whatever else we have in there.
Right, yeah, you've got an array of things.
Yeah. And we have the pre-workout energy drinks as soon as you walk in. And it's no complaints, honestly. I mean, I miss myself the smoothies because they were delicious.
Right,
I really,
of
really
course.
do. And we are planning to do an expansion after summer of 2025. We're talking. I'm reconsidering maybe bringing back the smoothie bar.
I was going to ask you now, and I love how you have some things like strategically placed. Like you said, when you come in the door, your pre-workouts are right there.
Right there.
I mean, you haven't started working out yet. You might want to hit a pre-workout before you get in there. Here, we got some pre-workout in case you forgot to take it or you left it at home by accident. You didn't put it in your gym bag.
True.
You can facilitate.
True.
So I love that. So, and I was going to get to that. So we've talked about all the different equipment. We've talked about the rooms and the services that you offer here at the gym. I was going to go to that. I was going to ask you future plans. You say an expansion in 2025. Do you want to share a little nugget with us about that, maybe?
I'll share a little bit. Share a little bit. The gym, thank God, I'm very grateful. Has been really busy, especially in the summertime because we accept dailies and weeklies, which has been phenomenal. Since I only have one aerobics room available, which is not for classes, just like I said, circuit training, I'm going to be adding 3 more additional rooms, expanding, and we'll see. Maybe down the road, I'll bring the classes back to the Outer Banks Sports Club if I see it as a possible, to succeed. But otherwise, I'm adding 3 more rooms. This aerobics room will now become part of the gym floor. We plan on lowering the ceiling inside the current aerobics room. So then I'll have a cardio section upstairs that's going to wrap around above the current aerobics room. So that's kind of almost going to not double in size, but about a third in size. And then there's another big thing I'm planning on doing, but that'll probably be phase 2 of the project. I'm planning on doing a outdoor track facing the bypass.
Oh, cool.
I will show Justin the picture while we're sitting here chatting, so he knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But I'm always looking to do new things. When we changed our logo 2-3 years ago to the gorilla, my dad and I went to a trade show, not for the gym, and I saw this big gorilla that I have outside staring at me, and that was my new logo.
That worked out.
And I remember my dad looking at me because I just gave him this little smirk, and he goes, "What do you want now?" And I said, I got to buy this gorilla, Dad.
I got to get this gorilla.
I got to get this gorilla. So I had it customized to our logo. It's been out there for a couple of years. I always change the tank tops on them to the same ones I have in the gym. And that's been a big success, too. Like, if you're eating at Single Fin across the street, so many people see it, come here just to pose with it. Not necessarily work out here, but just to pose with it, get a little, make them enjoy the Outer Banks Sports Club without working out here,
Right.
So here's the preview. I'm going to show Justin what I plan on doing.
Let's take a look.
Check that out. So,
Oh, dude.
So that's the outdoor track.
Oh, my gosh.
Upstairs, facing the bypass. Sorry about that. These are the 2 rooms I plan on going into the parking lot. A little outdoor area, kind of CrossFit stylish.
Yeah, I see that. I can see the tire, yeah.
Yeah, and then the other room is going to be above the current aerobics room, which you can't see from this image. But that's going to be it. I'm going to repaint the gym, make it look just nice and classy. I think it's going to be...
That's going to pop.
I think it's going to be something else. And this will make our gym just about 20,000 square feet. And the truth is, my goal is, since the Outer Banks itself is a destination, I would love to host bodybuilding competitions here down the road.
Okay.
In the off season, when the hotels are more affordable, obviously. So yeah, that's a big goal of mine.
Haven't you done a curl competition here before?
Yeah. So
I feel like I remember something about that.
funny story with that, but I'll try to keep it short.
Okay.
John Cooper is a local guy from Currituck. John Cooper and I used to work together when I was 16 and he was 18.
Okay.
And I used to look up to him, football player, athlete, and every summer I was here, we used to work together as kids. And then he reached out to me. I haven't seen him in 30-something years.
Oh, wow, okay.
He reached out to me. His family owns Spanky's in Kitty Hawk.
Yes,
So I do always send him my regards, but I never really see him. So he calls me and about the strict curl competition. I knew nothing about it. I said, let's meet Monday morning. And I met him here. We sat in the office across from us, Justin, and he's doing his sales pitch for the strict curl competition. And then I looked at him and I said, do you know a kid named Mayon? Because that's my real name. And he goes, yeah, why? I said, John, it's me.
Oh, my gosh. He didn't even know who he was talking.
No, he didn't recognize me, and I didn't recognize him right away either. So we just hugged it out, and I said, John, this, it's over. This meeting's over. You can do whatever you want to do in the aerobics room, you know?
That's so funny.
We're going to make it like a tradition. So we had 2 of them so far, 2 winners in a row. I'm pretty sure he's going to reach out to me soon and let me know what date he needs for this offseason in December. And I told him my gym is your gym. So
Very nice.
So
very nice.
And it's been very successful. The first 2 years, it grew big time the second year. So
I want to know when that is. Now,
Yes,
not
sir.
that I would enter or anything, but I want to come and just see it.
It's
I want to come
really, really
watch
cool.
it, and just see what some of these guys can
It's
muscle up.
It's not even just guys, sir. It's women too.
Okay.
And it's also John's kids. He has a daughter and a son. I think the daughter's about 12 years old.
Okay.
And they all compete. It's for kids. It's for adults. It's for, there's different levels.
Right.
And it's really, really fun to watch. They are so competitive.
I would love it. I would love if my oldest, I got a 9, almost 10-year-old, if he would take some interest in maybe coming to the gym with me.
John could train him.
Yeah. So, well, let me ask you this now. People want to know more about the sports club, want to see photos of the sports club, wanting to get more information about how they can, when they come on vacation or whatnot, or anybody that might be living here for that matter, how they can figure out what they would like to do package-wise as far as getting a membership. Sure. How can they do that?
Sure. We do have a Facebook, Outer Banks Sports Club. We do have an Instagram, OBX Sports Club. TikTok, I'm not that big on, to be honest with you, not yet. But you could go on our website, obxsportsclub.com. All the pricing's there. We do offer daily passes for $25 a day. We do offer weekly passes for $70 a week. And you get a free Outer Banks Sports Club T-shirt with that. Nice. And I'll tell you what, they love the T-shirts. I mean, they wearing them here all week long. I hear from other business owners here, oh my God, Manny, I saw a couple people wearing OBS, and those are the free promo shirts that I give out. And I've been doing that for 16 years. So I'm pretty sure these T-shirts made it all over America by now.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of the things I like to do, and it's been working out well.
Very nice.
And
very
I
nice.
change the colors just about every year, and it's fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, Manny, I really appreciate you taking some time to talk to me today, allowing me to come into your beautiful facility and look around and check things out and see everything that you have to offer. I mean, like I said, anybody that's looking at coming to the Outer Banks, they want to continue working out and stay in shape, I guess. I mean, I'm going to tell you the truth. If I go on vacation, a lot of times I'm not really thinking about working out, but I have in recent years since I've really started working out. But people that, they want to stay moving, they want to stay active, they want to stay fit, and you can come here to the sports club, and it's all encompassing. There's so many different things that you can do here. It's a beautiful thing. So
I'll tell you what, one of the biggest compliments I get here, Justin, is on the weekends, typically Saturdays or Sundays. If I'm sitting here in the office, the tourists will come up to me as I'm just sitting here. Hey, are you the owner? Yes, I am. And they say, man, it's going to be so hard for us to go back to our home gym after working out in your gym for the week. I mean, they love it here,
Awesome.
And I have people coming here from as far as Kerala, Avon, and they don't mind the drive. I mean, it's just, they say it's worth it, and they'll tell their wives, hey, if you ever come with me to this sports club, you'll see why I'm driving 1 hour to get to this gym. I mean, it's just amazing, and they love it here, and I appreciate that.
yes, I encourage people to follow you on social media because there is a lot of photos, a lot of videos,
Yes,
and
sir.
a lot of things that are there for people to see and can pretty much experience everything we've talked about already.
Yes, sir.
So, Manny, I really appreciate you giving me some time today, allowing me to come through here, and hopefully we can do this again sometime soon, man, and we can get ready for the strict curl competition.
Yes,
we can
sir.
talk about that in the near future. So, I really appreciate it, though. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, sir.
All right, as you know, we're out here at the Outer Banks Sports Club in Nags Head, and we've talked to Manny already, but we're going to talk to this guy, which you all know as your boy, Matty P. Now, Matty P has a little bit of a testimony about the sports club, but we got to back up a little bit, Matty P. First of all, what's up, man?
What's up, brother?
Dude, I'm glad to have you in here with me. It's always good to be in your presence. Let me just say that first and foremost. You my guy. You my guy. You provide good content for me on a weekly basis with the OBX After Dark, letting people know where they can go, letting them know the BPL, which is the booty pump level.
Oh my god.
But you haven't done, you told me the other day, I said, hey, I haven't got my After Dark, and you said, we're going to do it at the gym. I said, all right, so tell me, I need to hear what's been going on in the world of nightlife, OBX After Dark. Tell me something.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Matty P, back with another edition of OBX After Dark, brought to you by Outer Banks this week. Let me talk to you, y'all. Look, Matty P took a week off. He needed to rest. He needed to rejuvenate himself and get ready for his birthday. Last weekend, Matty P had a birthday, and look, man, it was low-key. It was low-key. Hey, I know that comes as a surprise to you, Justin, but look, man, I had a low-key weekend. First thing I did, I woke up in the morning, 5:30 on the dot, showed up at the Outer Banks Sports Club, hit a nice pump, got it in, went and had breakfast. Then after breakfast, I went home, cleaned the house a little bit. It was like I said, it was a low-key weekend, man. And, I had dinner at my mom's house. It was good. And then I got convinced. To go out.
Okay.
And I know I already did this place. But I went to Longboards because that's like the tradition. Me and my buddy have the same birthday, and we go there every year. And I go there, and DJ Smiles was playing, Montrell Berry. And we get there, and he's pumping out the jams. Barbara Ann's slinging drinks behind the bar. I see Preston. Everyone's coming up to me saying happy birthday. It was a good time. Look, man, it's always a good time when we go out, see the friends and family out there. And but look, I know y'all are waiting.
On the edge of my seat.
The BPL.
BPL.
BPL Longboards, man. Look, I got there kind of early, so the BPL wasn't there yet. But by the time I left, the BPL was at a 8.6, man. 8.6. Look, the place was rocking. Montrell was spinning the beats all night long, and it was a good time. But I had to work the next day, so Matty P had to go home early, clock out, and then wake up the next day and hit it again. Look, that's been another edition of OBX After Dark with your boy, Matty P.
Well, there you go. All right, so we heard, Longboards was the place to be. The BPL was an 8.6. Is that what you said? Okay, the booty pump level. Okay, and that the little backstory on that, just so that somebody had asked online, what is the BPL? Well, in one of his segments, he had said, I think he meant to say the music was pumping, the booties were jumping, but instead he said the booties were pumping, the music was jumping. So I remember thinking, what is a booty, like booties pumping? Like I said, now we're going to develop this scale of, the BPL, the booty pump level. So that's how that all kind of came about.
That's where it came from.
That's how it came about. All right, Matty P, thank you for that edition of OBX After Dark. I need to know, though, so the sports club has been a very integral part of your life for a little while now. You've been on your own fitness journey, and I'd like to hear a little bit more about that and how the sports club has helped you with your quest to be a healthier you.
Yeah, man. So everyone that knows me knows I'm a bigger guy, and it's been like that for a really long time. Growing up, I just kind of let it get to a point of like overeating and just to mask some emotions, that things I was dealing with. I was, I got picked on really hard as a kid, and I used food as a way to comfort, and eventually just kind of let it go to a point where like I would binge eat, man, and it's like, it's not good. And so I ended up getting up to 628 pounds was my heaviest weight. And one day, I was sitting in the barbershop waiting to get my hair cut, and there's this dude over there getting his hair cut by my boy Sean. And after his haircut, he walks over to me, and he introduced himself. His name is Manny. And, he's like, hey, man. He's like, I know you don't know me. He's like, you remind me of a friend. He's like, I own the Outer Banks Sports Club. He's like, if I gave you a membership, would you come? And I was like, yeah, sure, why not? And in my head, I'm like, whatever, because I've done this many times. Like, I've started this thing, and I've gone to the gym, and I've worked out, and I've lost a little bit of weight here and there, and then eventually, like, a couple months down the road, I'm like, I just lose motivation. And, so Manny gives me the membership, and I show up a couple times, and, I get in there, and I start doing the thing, and all of a sudden, same thing happens, man. I just quit on myself, and I just had this habit of, like, giving up on myself time and time again. And, I felt really bad because Manny, reached out to me and gave me this opportunity to change my life around. And I just kind of like, I felt bad because I kind of like threw it in his face a little bit. And eventually it came to a point last year in around September, I found out my brother was getting ready to have his first child, and my sister's getting married, and all these things like in life are starting to happen. And, I'm still sitting there at like 628 pounds. I'm like, shit, Sorry, language.
It's all right. Go with it, baby. It's good.
I'm like, man, I really got to do something because, like, I'm going to have a nephew. I was like, my sister's eventually going to have kids, and, I want to be around for my family and friends, and, I'm not happy with the person I'm looking at in the mirror every day. And, so I hit up Manny, and I said, hey, man, is that membership still good? And he was like, you come in, and he's like, it's good. I'm like, all right. So I started in September, and September through, I think it was March when I went to Durham. But September through March, I was in here very consistently every day, and there was still a piece that was missing. And I had an opportunity to go to a facility in Durham where I went, and they taught me a lot about nutrition and the mental side of things, and I worked out every day with a trainer. I was there for a month. And after that month, came back home. The biggest fear for me was I'm not going to be able to continue this at home because it was a lot. And I get home, and the first thing I do is get right back. Literally, like, I get off the road, and I pulled right in here. I drove 3.5, 4 hours from Durham to get here, and I drove back, and the first place I stopped was the Outer Banks Sports Club. Came in here, got a lift in, and went home and unpacked and did everything. But yeah, man, I've been in here consistently. My diet's changed completely. The mental side of it is huge, and I'm down 138 pounds.
Wow.
So far. So I started at 628. I'm at 490 right now.
Okay.
Finally under 500 for like the first time in, I don't know, God knows how long.
Well, you look great, dude. And I mean, I've been knowing you for, 4 or 5 years now, And, it's one of those things where, you care about the guy, and when you started talking about some of this stuff, because you always wonder if something you should bring up. Because, I know my boy Matty P's a bigger dude, but I was like, you know what? I don't know what he deals with every day. So, like, I'm just going to love my guy, And then he brought up, I'm trying to do all this stuff, and I'll just try to be encouraging of it. And that's the thing. You said you've tried it a few times. You're like, kind of put it down, quit. Well, and Manny was a catalyst there to bring things kind of full circle for you. It seems like that day in the barber shop, it seems like you really started thinking about it really heavily at that point.
Yeah.
And then you were like, made that decision, hey, I'm going to really go after this thing. And you went after it. You went off for a month or so to kind of get some things figured out in the nutrition side of things and some of the mental stuff. And then you came back. It's like you said, you walked right back in here. You went right up to Manny, and he was like, let's go to work. Let's get back to it,
Yeah.
Beautiful story. And I mean, you're still on your way. You're still continuing.
Yeah, still got a lot of work to do. Job's not finished, man. It's a long process, and every day it's a battle, man. It's no one can lose the weight for you, right? So it's like it's you versus you every day. You look in the mirror and you say, I'm gonna go crush this today. And I've said this many times before. Like, losing the weight is just a byproduct of like my overall goal, just to be happy again.
Right.
And so like, I feel like I'm happy, but I feel like I'm not there where I want to be yet. And, one day at a time. Like Manny always tells me, it's one day at a time, and it's just, you go from there.
I'm reminded of a quote I heard one time, Matty P. The quote was, exercise releases endorphins. Endorphins make you happy. And happy people just don't kill their husbands. Elle Woods, Legally Blonde. It's a great quote, man. Great quote.
The fact that you've watched Legally Blonde is ridiculous.
These are things we don't talk about, Matty P. But anyway, and you're surrounded here at the sports club by a lot of trainers, Manny, and individuals that are encouraging and are not going to let you fail. Now, the people here at the sports club, you've got, a lot of different equipment that you could use. But I mean, some people will walk into gyms and they get intimidated right out of the gate because they see studs when they first walk in the door and they're afraid that they're being looked at funny. Now, you've never felt that here.
Honestly, no. I walked in the door and people welcome me with open arms here, man. I'm probably I feel like I'm the biggest guy that's probably ever walked in here and started doing this. So I see people like the guy I saw in there today, man. He's jacked, but he's not looking at me. He's in here doing his own thing. And that's the thing. It's like, you get in here, it's you versus you, man. And you're looking in the mirror. There's nobody else that's going to be able to do this for you. But like I said, everyone that I've met in here and encountered in here has been amazing, very supportive. I see people that I've never even met in here, and they've come up to me like, bro, you're killing it. We see you in here. It's like, dude, I've met some amazing people. Manny, Sonny, he's a, bodybuilder. Nick,
Sonny Macarenas.
Yeah. Nick Nieperman, he's a really good guy. All these people in here, man, are really cool and super encouraging and supportive. And that's one of the biggest things is, I can't, you can come in here and do everything the right way, but if you don't have a good support system behind you to lean on and, you know, bounce things off or talk to when you're down, that's the hardest part. Is like you can't. It's you versus you, but you can't do it alone. You got to have people there supporting you and holding your arms up when you can't lift them anymore. So
right, I got you. Well, I know that the encouragement here is unparalleled, and people are really got you back. I mean, your name was on the sign outside. It was like, dude, Matty P works out here. You know what I mean? Like, look, I see the letters from the sign right there. It may end up back up there once you hit another milestone, because that 100-pound milestone was put up on the marquee outside. And I read an article that you were featured in not long ago, and you said you can't wait for it to that 100 to change to 200.
That's right. I'm getting there.
You're getting there. You're on your way. Well, Matty P, I appreciate you giving me a little bit of your time to talk about your journey and where you're going and where you want to end up, and how the sports club has been a huge part of that for you. So I appreciate that. Any parting thoughts for people? Wait a minute. Don't you have a TikTok, like faith driven something or other?
Oh, yeah.
What is that? Put that out there. Put that out there.
I started an Instagram account just to kind of like, not necessarily track progress, but to kind of inspire and motivate people if, you know, you're into that kind of thing. It's called Vision Driven Fitness. You can find it on Instagram. But I guess parting thoughts, man, is just take that first step, man. It's hard, but as soon as you step in the door, there's not a day that I leave the gym feeling worse than when I walked in. So you gotta just take the first step, and then the last thing I would say is allow yourself to make mistakes. You can't beat yourself up too much, and if you make mistakes, you just get back on the horse, make the next right decision, and keep going.
Right on. Well, Matty P, I appreciate you, my man. Thanks for giving me some of your time today.
Brother.
All right, you've heard the story from Manny and how the ins and outs of the gym work and all the different amenities and things that they have going on here, and his story with the gym. You've heard Matty P's testimony about the gym. Now I got a gentleman that's walked in here. His name, Mr. Tim, and we're going to hear a little bit more about him, because Mr. Tim, how long have you been coming to the sports club now?
I've been here for about 6 years now, so I've been kind of just getting my grind on. I'm always in here, usually 3 to 5 times a week. Depending on my schedule.
Right.
I try to stay in shape quite a bit.
I know we don't have a video element here, but I mean, I can tell you've been grinding today, a little sweaty. You know, you've got, you're a solid looking dude. You're a good looking gentleman.
It's a lot to work in. I got a partner that I could compete with, that we always go back and forth. So I kind of started the journey and just kind of lifting, trying to get just more strength.
Okay.
Just because I was bored at the house, I work from home.
Right.
So it's like, well, why not spend some time doing in the gym?
Of course.
And then I started getting into big mountain climbing. So I used to climbed Aconcagua and Kilimanjaro.
Oh, wow.
And being in the gym helped me with the different equipment, helped me to build my strength, my leg strength, along with outside hiking, obviously, but helped me build my strength to be able to develop and succeed on those 2 mountains. And so now I'm in the process of running marathons and races, so I'm back into running after 20 years. So I've been in the gym just keeping that fitness shape so that I can stay perfect and prevent injury.
Okay, so let's talk about, you've been coming here for 6 years. You know, you started out as just something to do because you work from home and you wanted to stay, lifting, stay strong, stay fit, stay moving, that type of thing. Then you did the mountain climbing. Now you're getting ready for racing. So talk to me about some of the different, how the gym has really helped you, how the Outer Banks Sports Club has really helped you in your journey as far as the type of equipment that you use in the gym for those activities.
Straightforward, it gives me the rugged equipment I need. I mean, basic barbells, bench press, all the stuff, the basic stuff that I need for the way I like to work out.
Okay.
Because everybody has their nuances on how they like to work out and what type of equipment they need. For me, it's just straight to the point, cable pulls and everything that just simply put, everything that I need.
Okay. So it's got everything in there that you would need to be able to train for those different types of activities.
Absolutely, and more, technically, and more than that.
I got you.
And he's been slowly adding pieces in here that works with what we need, it actually improves and enhances.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let me ask you this now. You've trained for these different activities and things that you got one coming up now. Is there any goals that you, other than outside of those 2 competitions, or not the competition, but the mountain climbing and the race, is there anything else that you want to try to attain that the fitness club or the Outer Banks Sports Club rather, can help you with?
I don't know. I mean, it helps me with everything I need at this point in time in my life. Maybe in a few years, if I've switched what I'm doing, maybe it'll come into play. But right now, it's achieving what I want.
Okay.
Stay fit and strong and prevent injury.
All right, let's talk about your routine real quick. All right, you pull in the parking lot, get out of your vehicle, walk into the sports club. You kind of maybe shrug your shoulders a little stretching, walking in. You walk through the doors. You go to what piece of equipment first?
Depends on the day because
Okay.
I alternate. Arms upper body is on Mondays and Wednesdays. Lower body is on Tuesdays and Thursdays. They match with my hard runs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So on these days, on the upper body, or today is actually.
So
lower
okay.
body
So
day,
today we're recording this on a Tuesday.
barbell.
Barbell. Okay. Tell me about what you did for your workout with the barbell.
So I did some squats.
Okay.
Barbell squats, and then I moved on to dumbbell RDLs.
Okay.
So that's kind of like where I'm moving. Now I'm on to, I always forget the name, but it's I call it the humping machine.
The humping machine. Okay, we'll call it that. It works out of the hip flexors
Hip
and
flexors and everything.
Okay.
So I'm just kind of grinding through. I'm about to hit some hamstrings and some abs before I get out of here.
Okay, well, don't let me slow you down. I appreciate you giving me a little bit of time about some of the different activities and things and how the sports club has helped you achieve certain goals that you've been working towards. So, Mr. Tim, go back out there and hit that grind. Thank you for giving me a few moments. I really appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. All right, so we've already talked to Manny about the ins and outs of the gym. We've talked to Matty P about his testimony. We just got a testimony from a gentleman named Mr. Tim. Now we're going to talk to an employee of the gym. His name is Liam, and he does a lot of the social media, a lot of the photographs, a lot of the videos that you've seen online. And he also mans I saw him when I first saw him, was over where the supplements and everything were. So, Mr. Liam, thank you for joining me. Welcome.
Yeah, man. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk a little bit about some of the things that you do, your roles and responsibilities here at the gym. Was I accurate when I said, the social media things and the supplements and whatnot? Is that accurate?
Yeah, you were accurate about that. I was volunteered for the social media stuff. I'm usually the go-to guy when it comes to supplements just because I've used most of the ones that we have on the shelves, whether it come from buying them from here or seeing them here and then ordering them online.
Okay.
But some of the other duties that I have is just like machine maintenance, customer service, helping with contracts, things of that nature.
Okay. Cool. So let's talk a little bit about, because again, I saw you when I first met you a little bit ago. You were behind the bar over there where the supplements and everything are. So you brought something in here with you. It's called Nitraflex.
Yes.
It's a pre-workout, I see. Talk to me a little bit about this supplement.
Yeah, so Nitraflex, I first saw it when I started working here. Never really had too much interest in it. Then one of our members that I became friends with, he mentioned it to me and he was telling me, hey man, Nitraflex is like a really, really good brand. It's good for your pumps. It's good for energy. So then I went, bought myself my first little bucket of it, and it's got a good, healthy amount of 325 milligrams of caffeine in it.
Oh, hey.
So
good.
it will get you up and going. It tells you to take it with about 8 ounces of water, so it's like taking a shot of it. But some of the ingredients in it, it's your basics for pre-workout. You have your beta-alanine, your L-citrulline, stuff like that. That helps with your focus. It helps with your pump. It helps dilate your heart valves. It's got a vasodilator in it, so you get more blood flow to your muscles. That makes your pumps look unnatural. You look inhuman. You feel great.
Well, I will tell you that I was watching this video long time ago, and the gentleman in the video said the greatest feeling you can achieve while at the gym is the pump. Let's say you train your biceps. Did you ever see that video? It's called.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's called
but
Pumping Iron with Arnold.
Pumping Iron with Arnold. All right.
Made back when he was training for Mr. Olympia and he was going up against Lou Ferrigno. Definitely classic Arnold. You got to check it out. So, but he's right. It helps you get that pump and everything like that. So, does it have your BCAAs, anything like that in there?
So, it does not have your BCAAs in there, but it does have one thing that kind of sets it apart from other pre-workouts. It has boron citrate in it at 200 milligrams, which works as a test booster.
Okay.
There are some research studies out there saying that boron citrate in doses around that can help raise a man's testosterone by 2-fold.
Oh, hey. So, now let me ask you this. Now, something like this, let's say you would maybe, let me back up. If I had never used a pre-workout before, and I picked this up and I said, Mr. Liam, tell me about this Nitraflex. What would your recommendations be?
My recommendations would be, if you're getting into the pre-workout scene, into the supplement scene, other than to do your own research, is to start small. We have lighter dosed pre-workouts. We have Alani. We have the CBum Essential pre-workout. CBum Chris Bumstead, Mr. Olympia. He knows what he's talking about. In my personal opinion, simply because I've been using pre-workout for over a year now here, I find his stuff to be underdosed, but for a starter in the gym, that'd be a good thing to get you going.
Okay. All right. So maybe a lighter, not quite so much
not as much caffeine, not as much beta-alanine, because there are some side effects with beta-alanine. A lot of people listening to this will know the tingles. The tingles,
Yes.
man. It makes you feel like you have bugs under your skin.
Yes, I'm familiar. I do a pre-workout. I have a supplement regimen I do before I go to the gym early in the morning, so I am aware of that. So you got your pre-workout. Okay, now let's say we're got our good pump. We've been lifting. We're lifted heavy that day. We want to take a protein to the dome. Okay, we want to get that protein maybe as a post-workout routine. Now, you've got proteins here in stock. Now, you've also got some that are pre-made in the refrigerators that I see. I saw the MRE.
It's a classic. One of my favorites is the strawberry shortcake.
Oh,
Tastes
okay.
just like a blueberry cobbler, though, is a good close second.
Okay.
Certain sips, you can even taste the pineapple in it.
But you also have the powder form that they could mix themselves.
Yes,
Is that
we
correct?
do.
What of those proteins which one do you like?
Me personally, I've had a couple. Haven't tried the CBum ones that we have yet. There are some flavors that interest me, like mint chip ice cream for a protein shake. That sounds good. But the ISO 100 is always a good go-to. There's Fruity Pebbles, there's Cocoa Pebbles.
So
all these appealing flavors.
Okay, I was going to say, so is the flavor profile important to you?
I think flavor profile and texture is important to me and probably important to a lot of other people.
I agree because I remember there was a certain protein I was doing simply because of the flavor profile, but I also realized that it did not possess a lot of the things I was looking for in a protein, okay? But then I moved to a different protein that had some hydrogreens and things of that nature in it, and I don't know, I gravitate towards more of the vanilla-flavored proteins, and I've really liked it, and I'm probably going to stick with it. But you do also have, but just to kind of go back on what we've been talking about, you would stop and take the time if somebody had questions regarding, some supplements and things that you have here at the Outer Banks Sports Club. You would take the time to sit and talk with them and show them the ins and outs of it and explain to them all these different botine, motine, creatine, all the different teens that go into
all
it.
the different teens that go into a good supplement blend. I'd take the time to explain it to them, especially while they're here. I've taken the time, not even on the clock, to stop, help out some coworkers here that don't know what they're talking about, to explain to members, guests that we have here, on what to take, like what gets you going, what helps you after your BCAAs, your protein, your greens, all of that.
Right. So now, and like you said, you're not just talking about it on a scientific level and explaining how like this type of the boron citrate, how it works. You explain how it works on the body, but you've also experienced it as well.
Yes.
So that's big. That's really big.
Whenever I recommend a product, I always recommend ones that I have tried. I will never tell someone to purchase something that I haven't personally experienced.
That's awesome. That's really cool that you have that withal to know all about these different things that you have experienced, things that you have tried, and can sit down and have a conversation. So that's just another feather in the cap, if I may say, to the Outer Banks Sports Club, that they have pretty much an on-site gentleman that can talk to you about different things depending on the different types of goals you're looking to achieve. He can recommend things that would likely help you achieve those goals in a great way. So, well, Mr. Liam, I appreciate you giving me a few minutes and talking to me about your role here at the sports club. And again, anybody that's thinking about coming to the sports club, this is just something else. This is just another added value here.
It's something you'll never find anywhere else on this beach. It's its own environment with its own people.
Very nice. Now, it's just you and me talking. Nobody else is going to hear this. What do you think of Manny?
Manny, he's probably one of the best bosses I've had, man. I quit 2 other jobs before this simply because I had disagreements with management.
Oh.
They didn't know how to run a job. They didn't know how to treat their employees. I started coming here August of last year. It's actually 3 days since my first year here.
Oh, wow.
I got real close with the staff members before I even started working here. They pulled me aside. They were like, you're a great fit for this place. We want you here. We want your positivity. We want stuff like that. And I was honored to have been offered a job like that, honestly, before I even put in an application.
That's pretty rad.
So I went through that, got to know Manny. He's a great guy.
Yes.
Like,
100%.
It's hard to put into words how generous he is.
Absolutely. I've known him for a little while, and he's actually a super first-class dude. So you being, giving that little testimony about him speaks to the volume of this place as well. So, Mr. Liam, I'm going to let you get back there, do your thing. Again, all the different photos and everything you see on social media, he's been given that job to get the videos and everything up. So if you got any problems with that, you can hit him up on Instagram at the OBX Sports Club Instagram page and hey, Liam, kick-ass job, my friend, or whatever. You can go with it like that. So, Mr. Liam, thank you so much for giving me some of your time.
Thank you for
today.
having me on here.
Absolutely.
H2OBX and Powell's Point, the Outer Banks' #1 family attraction. Whether it's a thrilling adventure you seek, a relaxing drift down the lazy river, or just a place to splash around on a hot summer day, H2OBX has something for all ages. Looking to enjoy the park in style? The cabanas make a great addition for family and friends to gather for that resort feeling. Don't forget about the great eats like barbecue, tacos, burgers, and acai bowls. And the tasty drinks like smoothies, frozen coffees, and an assortment of adult beverages. To see a map of the park or to secure your splashing good time, go online to h2obxwaterpark.com. H2OBX and Powell's Point, Outer Banks family fun at its finest.
Are you ready for a fishing thrill like no other?
Oh, there he is! There he is! Oh, got him up!
As seen on WikiTune at Outer Banks, the Carolina Girl, captained by majestic Jesse Anderson, is a custom, luxurious, 53-foot Jarrett Bay-built boat running out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. Let Jesse and her crew give you a fishing experience of a lifetime. To book a trip, go online to CarolinaGirlSportFishing.com. Carolina Girl Sport Fishing, your offshore adventure awaits.
Yes, Carolina Girl Sport Fishing out of Hatteras Harbor in Hatteras Village. almost said Mans Harbor. Out of Hatteras Harbor, they would love to take you fishing on the Carolina Girl. Again, out of Hatteras Harbor Marina. All right, let's jump into some events. And again, all these events that I'm going to mention can be found online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. The Music OBX Concert Spotlight. Sublime with Rome. It's their farewell tour. It's happening Thursday, August 29th. Gates are going to open at 5. Show is going to start at 6. Tickets are just $45. It's a rain or shine event. You need to get your tickets now because this one's likely to sell out very, very soon. It's Thursday the 29th, which is, the day this podcast come out. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, you need to get them, and you need to do it now, okay? Because, for all we know, they're already sold out. I'm not sure, but $45 will let you in tonight, Thursday, August 29th, the day this podcast is released. Looking down the road, Jamie Johnson, he's going to be at the he is going to be at Roanoke Island Festival Park Saturday, September 7th, starting at 7 o'clock. It's the What a View tour. All right, you need to get those tickets now. I will be there. I'm taking my brother's girlfriend. It's going to be a fun time. I'm really looking forward. I'm thinking Barbecue Mike's going, Uncle Ray. It's going to be a good time. Jamie Johnson, Saturday, September 7th, part of the Music OBX. And you need to get your tickets online right now at musicobx.com. Local high school and middle school athletics have started back up. Please show those kids love and support. Whether it be football, volleyball, soccer, track, tennis, whatever's going on, Manteo High School, Manteo Middle School, First Flight High School, First Flight Middle, Cape Hatteras, even if you're listening elsewhere from here, support your local athletics, your local high school and middle school athletics. Again, football, volleyball, soccer, track, tennis, all taking place right now. Lost Colony Outdoor Drama's in its 86th season. I believe they're going to be wrapping that up very soon, so you need to get there if you haven't gotten there already. TheLostColony.org is where you go to get your tickets. Trivia nights, live music, karaoke, all across the board at places like Sandtrap Tavern, Stripers, Buffalo City Distillery, Lost Colony Waterfront Beer Garden, Outer Banks Distilling, New Vines. So many places up, Uncle Ike's all the way up in Corolla. So much fun, entertaining things going on at the Brewing Station and Fish Heads and down at the Inn on the Pamlico and Cafe Pamlico and the Rec Tiki Bar. So many things going on. Go online to OuterBanksThisWeek.com. Find them on the events tab because they are there. Jazz Nights at Owens. That's something else that's going on right now. Wednesdays through Saturdays. Mug Night at the Jolly Rogers with DJ Styles and your boy Matty P. That's always a fun thing. Let's see. Mania Market, Tri-Villages Market. Look at this stuff. It's all online at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. OuterBanksThisWeek.com is where you can find it all. Let's take a look here. Oh, gosh. Hey, this weekend, the WRV Outer Banks Pros going on Thursday, August 29th through Sunday, September 1st at Jeunesse Pier. Check out our website for all the details. Also, Ocracoke Seafood Festival is taking place Saturday, August 31st, starting at 4 o'clock at the Berkeley Bar. Now, all proceeds will go to the Ocracoke Health Center, okay? Something else that you can do right there, the Ocracoke Seafood Festival this coming Saturday, the 31st at 4 o'clock at the Berkeley Barn. Let's see, Diamonds and Whiskey, they're coming back to the Pioneer Theater also on Saturday, the 31st, starting at 8 o'clock. That's going to be a great show. Willing to Bet is going to blow the roof off of that place. Diamonds and Whiskey, August 31st, Saturday, starting at 8 o'clock at the Pioneer Theater. Stereo in Words is going to be playing at Fish Heads on Sunday, September 1st, starting at 6. This sounds like a pretty good band from what I'm hearing on the street. So, Stereo in Words at Fish Heads, Sunday, September 1st, starting at 6. Chandler James and Friends going to be playing at the Pioneer Theater on Thursday, September 5th, starting at 7. Paige King Johnson and Chase Saunders will be with him. Now, Chandler James was a student, I believe, of a friend of mine named Cody Berry, or he played football for my friend Cody Berry out in Rocky Mount. All right, and my buddy Cody B, that's why I call him Cody B. Cody B hit me up and was like, hey, man, you need to go hear my guy. So I'm going to try my best to be there Thursday, September 5th to hear him, okay? Can't promise anything. My wife's going to be out of town next week, so that might change my movements throughout the week, but we're going to try my best. But you can go. Chandler James and Friends at the Pioneer Theater Thursday, September 5th, starting at 7. Oh, gosh. First Friday is going on in downtown Maniel on Friday, September 6th. Ty Fleming is going to be playing at Bass Knight's Lone Cedar on Friday, September 6th as well, starting at 7. And Jamie Johnson, as I said, the Water View Tour is going to be coming to Roanoke Island Festival Park on Saturday, September 7th, starting at 7. You need to get your tickets now. Looking down the road a little bit, Kind Cocktails Barbecue Showdown is going to be happening Sunday, September 15th. At 2 o'clock in downtown Mania. Go to kindcocktails.com for more info and how to get tickets for that. A little further down the road, 15th Annual Duck Jazz Festival is happening Saturday and Sunday, October 12th and 13th. For more information on that, you can go to townofduck.com and know all about what's going on with the 15th Annual Duck Jazz Festival. They've been doing that for, 15 years, the 15th annual one. It's always a fun time. So, yeah, for more information, go to townofduck.com. All right, I'm going to wrap this thing up in just a few moments. Going to take a quick break. Hear another word from our sponsors, Queen Anne's Boutique and the Harbor Star Dolphin Tours.
What could possibly be more fun than watching a bottlenose dolphin swim and play in the water right beside you? Hop aboard Harbor Star Dolphin Tours at Wanchese Marina and witness this remarkable animal up close. The Harbor Star is a spacious 50-foot vessel with a wide, shady canopy that runs 2-hour trips multiple times a day, including a breathtaking sunset cruise. To book your tour, go online to wanchesemarina.com and click Harbor Star Dolphin Tours. See the majestic bottlenose dolphin up close with Harbor Star Dolphin Tours.
Queen Anne's Boutique and Wine Bar at Teachers Lair Marina in Hatteras Village offers the classic boutique shopping feel with a subtle twist. Ladies, enjoy a glass of wine or mimosa while trying on the latest trends. And guys, enjoy a draft beer down on the docks or while telling your lady how dazzling she looks in her new threads. Need a place to have your bridal shower or bachelorette party? Queen Anne's Boutique is ready to play host for you. To find out more, visit Queen Anne's Boutique on social media. Queen Anne's Boutique, that classic boutique feel with a subtle twist.
All right. I don't think I forgot anything. If I did, let me know. Podcast at OuterBanksThisWeek.com. I want to thank Manny for letting me come up and hang out with him at the sports club and all the people there that were involved with the production of this podcast. Thank you so much for welcoming me to the sports club and talking with me and telling me all about the sports club and all the fine things that go on there, as well as the people that come to the sports club. Yeah, it's a great place. Next week, that's a mystery. That's a mystery what we're doing next week. So you're going to have to wait around until next week to find out. But that's going to do it for another episode of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. This is episode number 79. All brought to you by Kelly's Automotive in Manio. If it has doors, indeed it can be yours online at kellysobxauto.com. Real quick, I do want to tell you this. People have asked me, Justin, who is Freestyle Bob? Well, I will address who Freestyle Bob is in the next episode of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. But until then, in the words of the late, great Freestyle Bob, later.
This has been another radical edition of the Outer Banks This Week podcast. Be sure to like and subscribe, follow us on social media, and listen every Thursday for a new episode.